All right, all you good, wonderful citizens of Crypt Nation, Bryce Paul here from Crypto Revolution, Crypt Nation, Crypto 101 podcast. Coming at you just for a quick market update. I'm seeing a lot of good strength in the crypto markets. We're putting out our newsletter for private subscribers. If you go to cryptorevolution.com, you can find out exactly what coins, specifically what coin we're looking at this week. It's showing the most momentum, the highest readings on momentum indicators, as well as there's a fundamental event that's happening in April that reduces its supply. So it's much like the Bitcoin halvening, which reduces the supply issuance of Bitcoin by 50% every 4 years. This coin does about a 7% reduction in supply issuance every year. So this coin is showing extremely strong indicators of having put in a bottom, prices that it hasn't seen since February of 2017. It was just hitting those prices 2 weeks ago, and it's already about 90% off those lows. So if you're following the market, I'm sure you already know what coin I'm talking about. If you're a Crypt Nation member, it's in your newsletter, and we'll be talking about it a lot in the coming weeks. We've talked a lot about it, but it's going to come to play more and more. And if you're not, you can find out exactly what we're talking about. So that's the one thing that I really wanted to talk about with you guys. The other thing was that there's a big, obviously we've been talking a lot about the economic stimulus package that the Republicans proposed, and then yesterday the Democrats declined. Classic. Never agree on fucking anything, pardon my language. But now the Democrats have the burden or are burdened with essentially saying, okay, well, you decline the Republican bill. Now you need to revise it with what you suggest. So they are saying that basically, at a high level, the Republicans proposed a bill that was too lenient on corporations and gave too much money and stimulus to the corporations and not enough for the people. So Democrats are trying to reel it back in, say, how do we distribute more wealth to the people? And in that bill, very, very important, in that bill was a proposal for the distribution, right? The disbursement of funds from the government to the American public, because they're talking about giving everybody about $1,200 as a monthly stimulus for the American spender and saver. Essentially, all consumers are going to be able to be eligible for $1,200 of monthly income through the duration of this economic crisis that we're going through. And so they're talking about how are we going to get this money to the people. And this is what the IRS and the Treasury are saying. So the Democrats are proposing a digital wallet. And I kid you not, if you go read the legislation, it's literally a digital wallet that they will give people instructions on how to set up to redeem their $1,200 or whatever that they could transfer to their bank account or go and spend and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be really interesting to see exactly how this manifests. But it's just so funny because they're taking a note or a page out of the crypto playbook of like, hey, everybody could just generate their own wallet, right? Their own private keys. Maybe it'll be based on their social. I might sneeze. Sorry. Maybe it'll be based on their social or certain verification levels, and when you unlock that, you get your $1,200 that you can move around. So anyhow, it'll be really interesting to see, but that has got to be on your radar because you will see more of this discussion where you might get instructions on how to set up your digitally government bank issued crypto wallet. So keep tabs on that story as it unfolds. Again, that just got announced a few hours ago. And so I'll be keeping tabs on it for you guys. The stimulus bill is going to be between $2 and $4 trillion. In 2008, 2009, the total that they spent on bailing out the economy was $700 billion. So this is about 3 to 4 times bigger than that. So again, this was what Bitcoin was born for, right? It was born in the depths, in the heart of the darkness that was the financial crisis in 2008 and 2009. And now we're getting to see it 11 years later, grown up, ready for this exact environment again, where the banks are just printing money endlessly, where the government is bailing out corporations, where the taxpayer and the saver is continually having their dollar value hammered and lose purchasing power. There's going to be inflation in prices, and real wages, right, are going to go down. It's going to be a nightmare. And so that's why Bitcoin was invented, so that people could have a hedge against inflation, a hedge against a crashing economy and all this kind of stuff, that we could kind of go into this alternative financial ecosystem that is cutting edge, that is borderless. It's international, right? You could send things anywhere, anytime for virtually no cost. It's just a better, more, automatic system. It's fully digital, right? It's censorship resistant, meaning you could broadcast transactions and no central authority could tell you, no, you can't do that, or hey, I'm going to put your money on hold, or we're running a verification check on this or that. Like, no, it's just cash. It's digital cash. You don't take cash to a store, $300 to the store and buy, a nice dinner and some groceries for the couple weeks, right? Where they say, oh, well, where'd you get this cash from? Where'd you get this cash? It's, you're not, that's not what happens, right? Cash is a bearer instrument, a bearer, bearer instrument, meaning you could take this cash and you could go and you could spend it, and nobody asks for anything beyond that cash as a medium of exchange, right? Whereas if you go and you send a wire, that's not a bearer instrument, because you need to, need to have a lot of attestation. Or if you want to send stocks to somebody, you have to have verification to make a trade and all that kind of stuff. There's a central clearinghouse. There's a third party. Gold is more of a bearer instrument, but it's not very saleable or liquid inside of grocery stores. You can't take gold and buy shit. Pardon my language. And you can't necessarily take, for instance, bonds, right? You can't take a bond to a store. You need to prove that you own it, all that kind of stuff. So cash is just really the only true bearer instrument in the physical world. And now we have Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is digital, right? You could just send it to whoever you want, no verification, no nothing. It's just back and forth, back and forth. So it's a really cool system, and there's 100,000 different cryptocurrencies, but none of them are quite like Bitcoin. There's a few that are really stand out, a few that are really good. And obviously we're keeping tabs on all those here in Crypt Nation, Crypto Revolution, Crypto 101 podcast. So guys, go to cryptorevolution.com, check out crypto101insider.com, let us know what you think, and come join us.